It's Rachel Stravelli, and I help folks to connect to nature, their own intuition and inner wisdom, and more creativity and joy. I'm so glad you're here. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button below so that we can stay connected. Today I am talking about 5 amazing reasons to host a clothes swap. And go ahead and attend one if you'd rather not host it yourself, or maybe you have a friend who would help you host. So everything that I'm wearing that you can see, I got from a clothing swap, and these 2 items I actually got recently when I went to a swap. So this gorgeous scarf, I'm a big scarf fan, and this really pretty goldish top, which is maybe it's too tight for me right now, but that's okay. I can wear something a little bit more tight. And I have a group of women. We do a clothes swap about twice a year, and it is incredible. And I put my clothing aside as soon as there's something that doesn't fit or that I don't like, and it is just a wonderful thing. So today I'm going to share with you 5 tips. The number one thing that I love about it is it's a great way to connect with your friends and also to meet new people. I almost always meet new people when I go to a clothing swap, and some people who do clothing swaps are more into facilitating that process. I've also been to a few where it's like, let's just swap the clothes and move on, and you know, that's fine too. But it's so wonderful, I think, to look at all the different clothes that people lay out and chat with your friends and have a great thing to connect. And I know some people like to go shopping with their friends, but I pretty much never go shopping with my friends. And yet I do clothes swap with them, and so you're getting 2 things done at once. You're connecting, which is super fun, and you are getting yourself some new clothes. The second reason I really love it is you save money. So I would say that over the past 10 years, so I've been actively clothes swapping for at least 10 years, I'm sure I've saved myself thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And I still do buy new things, you know, especially under clothing, under things. And if I have a special event, or every now and again I just feel like there's certain items that I definitely want to get, or one of the clothing swaps I go to, a lot of the women are more petite than I am, and so I can only get so many items there. But even so, and like when I was pregnant with my son last year, some of the maternity clothes were given to me, and some I just had to go out and buy because I needed more clothing. And well, I guess need is a bit of a perception there. But I believe, like, over the course of a year, I should probably add this up at some point. I'm definitely sure that I spend less than $500 on clothing. I would even go so far as to say less than $200. And I have an awareness that in the past I have some friends who, when we worked together, they would spend easily $200 just like on a whim, not even when they were planning to like go on a clothes shopping trip. Or it's considered perfectly normal or acceptable. I think the average in the US is $2,000 a year on clothes or something like that, and I just think, wow, that's astronomical. And even when I do go buy new clothes, I oftentimes prefer shopping at consignment stores because and this gets to one of my other points on the list, not only does it save money, but it's really kinder on the environment. And so I don't know how much you're aware, but fast fashion, this idea that every season we need to be changing the whole look, like, oh, prints are in, flowers are in, paisley is in, biker chic is in. I mean, that's cool that you have a style, that's great, but some of this is dictated by people outside of us who are telling us what to do to keep these things moving and rolling and keep this economy going. And it's wonderful that to use your clothing to express creativity and who you are. Like I definitely encourage that and think that that's one of the awesome things about clothing. But it doesn't mean we just have to arbitrarily think, oh, okay, well, it's fall and now this is in fall, so I'm going to go get that. I'm much more a proponent of, can I find the things that look good on me that still look good years later? I have this one top that's in another one of my videos, and I bought that top, I'm pretty sure, over 10 years ago, maybe even more. I feel like it was when my grandmother was still alive, and she's been gone for 11 years. Because I know I was visiting her when I bought it, so I know it's at least 11 years old. And okay, the shirt is not in the same like amazing quality as it was the first few years, but it still looks pretty good. I still get compliments on it, and it has fit me when I was a medium and when I was a large, and it's great. So I feel like I'm going on a tangent about that one shirt, but I think what I want to say is we can pick things for our wardrobes that are going to last more than just a season. And it is really nice to have something that you love, that defines you, that you can wear year after year after year. Okay, so I said it's easier on the environment. So yes, fast fashion is not good for the environment. And if you think about like how many pounds of clothing you personally may have donated, or, you know, I know people who their closets are so full that you actually have a hard time getting the clothes out of the closet because there's so much in there. And it's like, well, they're probably not wearing like a new dress or a new top every single day for the next like 60 days, but they probably could, and maybe even more so. And part of that is people have just gotten in the habit of buying something new and not, and sometimes they don't want to dispose of those clothing because they think, oh, well, it's going to go in a landfill. Well, hopefully you can donate it, or go through your closet, get together a bunch of stuff and get it ready for the next clothing swap. The fourth thing I want to say, which I love about clothing swaps, and I don't know that every woman at the one that I go to has this experience with it, but I definitely typically do. So I'll bring, oh, a bumblebee just tapped me on the head. I'll bring a bag, you know, this big, like a normal kind of shopping bag full of clothing, if not 2 full bags of clothing. And my normal guideline for myself is I try and only take away the same amount that I bring in. I mean, nobody cares. We don't have a rule about that. You could bring 1 item or no items and take away 30 items and it's fine, because we're all just sharing and spreading the love. But I kind of try and keep it to the same amount. Sometimes I bring home less, sometimes I bring home more. But here's the amazing thing. So when we do it, I would say we're probably actively swapping for maybe maximum an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if like we're all really energetic. But really that is also including like saying hello and chit-chatting and trying things on. So in a 2-hour period, let's just round it off to that, I can come home with 2 bags of clothing, like 2 full bags, and most of them I've already tried on. Most of them got a thumbs up from people who give me honest opinions, and a few of them are usually like signature items that people think would look good on me. Like, I can't remember if somebody handed this one to me at the swap and were like, ooh, this would look good on you, Rachel, or if I just saw it and I was like, oh, I look good in gold. I definitely know the scarves. They know I like scarves. And then somebody, I think, handed me this and was like, these are your colors. I was saying, oh yeah, give me that scarf. And so I always get a couple items that, you know, go with my definite style, but it is such an incredible way, and this is my next tip, to pick up new styles to you or new trends. So like I said, this one is a lot tighter than I would normally wear, but I get to try it out. I get to try it out for free, no risk, low risk, and it is amazing. And so not only is it I think the best way you can get new to you clothes, like 2 whole full bags in 2 hours. Like, when else can you go in a store and get in 2 hours for $0 get 2 whole bags of clothing? And even if you don't think about the cost factor, like, the amount of time to pick out that many clothes and try them on and checking out and driving to the store and all that. I've just gone home with 2 bags of clothing, totally new to me. And I get to try out new looks, new colors, new styles with no risk. I don't have to think, oh, I spent $40 on that top and it looks horrendous, so I better wear it. Or I don't think, oh, I bought this top and it's terrible and now I got to go back to the store and return it. Well, as long as I'm at the store, might as well buy something. You get to cut out all of that. You get to try out something new to you, and if it doesn't work, I just stick it back in my bag. That's my clothes swap bag or box that I keep in my closet, and it comes back around the next time at the swap. And someone else gets to pick it up and it's like, oh, hey, this is cool. And it's funny because the women who we do the swap with, we've been doing it for a number of years. And so there are certain items that like every year or two they pop up and someone says, oh, you brought that? That used to be mine. And then someone else is like, oh, I'm going to take that home today. And then there might even be like a 4th person who had it. And so it's like this item like rotates through the circle and different people get to have it. So it's pretty fun. And okay, so that there are so many great reasons. I just gave you 5 great reasons to do a clothing swap, but I'm sure you could probably think of a few others. I'll end this by giving you a couple pointers and tips about running it. So I don't normally run it. There's typically, I think, 2 of the women in my one group who run it, and then another one that I go to occasionally. This one woman has it down to a science. It's great if you can have more than one mirror and or extra mirrors that are floor length that you can set out. That I think is really critical. But if not, everybody there can help look at other people and say, yes, that looks good on you, no, that doesn't, or I don't know, maybe that's not your style, or I don't really see you, it is not flattering. So if you don't have enough mirrors, you'll use everyone's opinion to help you. And it is helpful sometimes, I think, to make signs. So have a section for skirts and have a section for accessories and have a section for tops and have a section for jackets and a section for shoes and a section for shirts. It really is, I definitely agree. It's easier when things are broken up into sections and a section for pants, because there are times when I've gone to the clothing swap and I think, I need new pants, and if there's any shoes, and that's it. And so I go to those areas first, and that's where I look first, because that's what I know that I need. And so it's a really great way to just keep it organized and running smooth and make it so that people really can hone in on what they want. Because if it's all together, like shirts and pants and jackets and sweaters and tank tops and bras all in one big pile, it's really hard to sort through. Now, we never sort through sizes, like we just do categories of clothing, and that seems to be pretty well. And I've seen swaps run in different ways. So my one swap, we pick numbers, and then we go through and the numbers tell you who gets to go first picking, and you get your first 1 or 2 or 3, you all decide as a group, items, and those are your first pick, and nobody else gets to pick those. And then after that, it's typically free for all. I've been to other swaps where it's free for all from the beginning, and you can also negotiate it differently if you want to. But those are some of the ways we've done it. And I also think the other cool thing is to give your friends enough time to get together your things. So if you want to do a swap, you might want to give people 2 weeks notice so that they have enough time to go through their closet and set aside time that they're ready to come to the swap. Because sometimes 1 week notice might not be enough time to give folks to go through their closet. All right, I hope this has inspired you to either attend a clothing swap or host one. And you can start small. It is so incredible, and like I said, get beautiful new things to take home to accent your natural beauty, and I really hope that you try it out. Go ahead, as I said before, if you can, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope to connect with you soon. Bye-bye.